Hello, my name is Richie Arlano, and this is my sprint review for GSI 1, our first sprint, milestone 1. As you can see, here is the change list number that I'm using for the build. This was submitted by me, so let's go ahead and open the build and go to my level. So we're going to hit play. And we are going to walk over to my level that I was working on, and this is the timed puzzle level access. So as soon as we pretty much go into this level, it'll start the timer that the player will have to make it through the puzzle and to the end of the level. So before I start that, actually let me just go in there. And then we have 7 minutes until pretty much the timer will end and the player will have to restart at this point here with the timer starting over. It'll basically reset the level back to the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause just for a moment, and I'm going to bring up my Jira user story so that I can go over the completion criteria for what this level was for. So my completion criteria was, as a player, I want a level that requires to be completed in a certain amount of time with traps and puzzles along the journey. So the first one is the player will have to turn 3 round dial locks to find the right number code to open the stone door. So right in front of me is the stone door. This is what the player will have to open. You can't go through, you can't go around, you pretty much have to open this to get to the next part of the level. So over here I put 3 stone dials that pretty much, if we put in the right sequence of numbers, which right here we have 15, 50, and 20, this door should open. So we're going to come over here, we're going to interact with E and start turning the dial. So if you hit E, it turns the dial right. If you hit Q, it turns the dial left. So the player will have to figure out how to pretty much get the sequence in the right order with the right dial to open that door. And as you can see in the bottom, you can see the numbers showing up as I press E or Q. So we're going to put 15, 50, and then of course 20. And the door should open and you see it rolling. Now, the next completion criteria is the player will be faced with a time challenge to get to the end of the level. As you see up top, we have a timer going down. If that timer hits 0, like I said at the beginning, they will be respawned and the level restarted. The next one is the player will have to dodge falling boulders that will fall from the ceiling. So as I come in here, we basically see better watch out for those falling boulders and hidden spike traps. So we have boulders falling down from the ceiling, pretty much in certain areas, and the player will have to try and dodge them or they will take damage. We also have hidden spikes, so if we keep running while dodging these boulders, oh, there's some spikes. So pretty much the player has to dodge random spikes that have come out of the ground, ceiling, and wall. So those specifically come out of the ground. These will come out of the wall, and as you can see, the player is taking damage. Pretty much every time they get hit by a spike or a boulder, it'll take 10 damage, and if their health hits 0, they'll restart at the beginning of the level. So we're going to crawl under this little narrow passageway. So we saw ones come out of the floor, ones come out of the ceiling, and now we're going to see ones that come out of the wall. Oh, got to run past those. Oh, and there's some more boulders to try and get past. Now, the next completion criteria, the player will have to climb and jump over a large gap in the floor created by falling boulders. So we're going to climb this wall here, and by the time we get to the top, oh, went a little too far, hold on, there we go. You'll see that pretty much there is the floor that the boulders hit, and they broke it, and then it disappears from being destroyed. So now they have to jump this gap, and we made it. So here, pretty much, the player will have to find 3 hidden objects with the last section of the level to open the final door and exit the level. So we're going to grab this object with G. Oh, hold on one second. And there we go. A little finicky sometimes, but we got it. Place the object there, perfect. Now we have to go find the other one. So this one, we can't just regularly jump, we have to do a long jump, and we got up. And these, again, we have to do a little bit of a long jump. There we go, a little bit of, oh, no, gotta turn around before we jump. And jump, oh, come on, and jump. Oh, this is gonna be a little, there, oh, almost. There we go. So the player has to do kind of like a long jump to get up to each platform, so it's not just an easy, simple jump. They have to. It's a bit of a challenge. Again, you're racing against time, so we want to give them a little bit of a challenge, but not make it too easy to get these objects. So we take this circle object, we put them on the blue. So pretty much what we did is we put each color to match each object so that the player knows which object to place them on. So we're going to crawl in here to find the other object. Okay, and then crouch, and then avoid the spikes. We don't want to take any damage. Of course, if we hit 0 in health, we get spawned back. We don't want to spawn back, especially with the limited amount of time we have left. So we're going to come over here and drop the square, and we're going to, come on, oh, okay, drop it. There you go. All right, cool. And the door opens. So all three objects are on, door opens, and we can grab the treasure that will bring us back to the placeholder level. And you finish the timed puzzle level. Now, the last two completion criteria are basically the player should take damage from hidden spikes and falling boulders. So you saw them take damage from the falling spikes. The hidden spikes, not falling spikes. That's a little out there. Now let's show them how to take damage from falling boulders. So let me put the code in again. Oh, let's go back. I went a little over the amount. 20, and we're going to open the door, and we're going to trigger the boulder. So now if we go into a boulder, we're taking damage. So pretty much if the player gets hit by a boulder, as you can see, he's taking damage. Oh, watch out for the spikes. So let's go back over here and take a boulder, and then we hit 0, and basically we get put back at the beginning of the level. So now we have to start at the beginning and run through the level. So that's pretty much it. If and when the time runs out, which pretty much I'll let the video play out and then transition to when the timer hits 0, the player should start, the level should restart back at the beginning with the timer back at 7 minutes. For me, it took about 3 minutes, so I kind of like doubled it and then put it up to 7 minutes for a first-time player that's going to be running through this. Okay, so like I said, the last part of my criteria was that when the time reached 0, the character should respawn back at the beginning of the level. So I waited for the time to go down for me to do this. So in about 5 seconds, we should be from the end of the level to start back at the beginning with 7 minutes at the top. Time ran out. And there you go. We are now back at the beginning of the level. Everything has been put back. The timer has restarted. And now we have to turn the dials again. So that is my level. Thank you for watching, and on to our next teammate to show their user story. Thank you.